Hi, I'm Amy. I'm an associate producer here at Discovery News. And in case you didn't know, we really love our readers here. And I read all of your Facebook and Twitter comments, and then each week we sit down and we highlight some of the funniest, some of the angriest, some of the most insightful of our readers' comments in this video. This week, a lot of really great stuff happened in space science, and it didn't go unnoticed by our readers. But before we get to your comments, let's recap some of the great out-of-this-world news that happened this week. Saturn got its own rock music video. A secret outpost was found on Mars, or not so much. Space Shuttle Endeavour was photographed for the first time ever docking with the International Space Station. The sun shot out a massive solar flare, and satellites can now fit in the palm of your hand. And while most of you were impressed, writing in with reactions like, "Wow, love this picture, breathtaking." But then there were the readers that brought us all back down to Earth. Drew referred to this week's epic solar flare as a solar fart. Troy pointed out, that's one expensive photo. And this amazing photo of the Keck telescope's laser brought back painful memories of a famous torture scene in a James Bond movie. You know, the one where Goldfinger comes a little too close to slicing off one of James Bond's body parts with a laser beam. Meanwhile, many of you didn't believe that there wasn't actually a secret base on Mars. A lot of you actually still thought there was a government conspiracy going on. Kyle said, debunked or covered up. Matt thought it was funny that we all believed what the government paid a scientist to say. So we've got Discovery News space producer and astrophysicist Dr. Ian O'Neill to explain to you how conspiracies like this get started.
Now, we all want a base on Mars, but this isn't a base on Mars. This is an anomaly caused by radiation in space. Now, in deep space, beyond our protective atmosphere, you get a lot of radiation buzzing around, and our technology is very prone to that radiation. And in this case, it's probably a high-energy proton from the sun that's hit the camera on an orbiting Mars satellite that was taking the picture of the Martian surface. As this high-energy proton hit the CCD, it misfired a load of the pixels in the electronics of the camera, creating a little bar, a little white streak that you can see that's been misconstrued as the Mars base. Now, you get this a lot with the internet, with YouTube, with some dodgy space photo and an overactive imagination. You get a conspiracy. This isn't a conspiracy, it's purely an artifact left over by space radiation. I might be part of the conspiracy, but you have to take my word for it that I'm not. Personally, I think space is probably interesting enough without having to make stuff up.
Thank you, Ian. Next, changing gears, we're on to the story you have to check out this week. It's this one. Ducklings following dog explained. These ducklings have imprinted on this dog, and they follow him around as though he were their mother. It's just about the cutest thing anyone has ever seen. You can learn more about Yogi the dog and his ducklings, as well as secret bases on Mars, on our website, discoverynews.com. While you're there, don't forget to sign up for our daily newsletter and be sure you're following us on Facebook and Twitter. Remember, I read all your comments, so keep them coming, and check back next week to see if we're highlighting your comments.